testimony. When I was 21, I went to the doctor and they diagnosed me with PCOS, and I was like, absolutely, like I sat in the doctor's office and I was pretty devastated, I'll be honest. I was like, what? I'm 21 years old. They were like, okay. I was like, okay, well, how do I fix this? They
So
said,
what
well,
is it? Can you give us some insight on what exactly is this condition?
PCOS, it stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. So my body's hormones were so out of whack that they would create cysts on my ovaries, and it would be very painful. It's a very painful condition. And actually, like after they told me the symptoms,
And it's insulin resistant.
yes, it's insulin resistant. So that's why your hormones are out of whack typically. There's a lot of science behind it, and I won't get into it. But because my body isn't taking insulin correctly and things like that, and when you're young at 21, like you're like this stuff doesn't happen to me. I'm so young, things like that. And after they described it to me, I was like, man, my grandmother had this. My mother had this, because there's certain symptoms that come along with this. And when I would talk to them, they were like, oh yeah, that happens to me too. And I'm like, do you know that's not normal? That's not supposed to happen. And of course,
And they gave you medicine, diabetic medicine.
yeah. So let me tell my story. You know, you're trying to. I was quiet, but you're a whole one. So,
Tell your story, babe. Tell it.
So I went. I said, well, how do I fix this? They said, well, you have to take this diabetic medicine. I'm 21 years old. I don't want to be on a diabetic medicine. They give me I have to go to a specific doctor for it. They said this might help you. Like, because there's no cure for it, the doctors know so little about it, things like that. Only new research is coming out about it. And so they were like, take this diabetic medicine. I started taking it. It made me so sick. I was like absolutely disgusted. I cried out to God. I said, how do you want me to fix this? Then suddenly I had articles, like scholarly articles, case studies began coming out and things like that were saying actually a healthier lifestyle is better for you than the diabetic medicine. And I was like...
And by that you mean diet.
Yeah, by diet.
By what you eat.
By what you eat. And so I began to eat better. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I love Star Crunch and I love hot fries. I took those out of my diet. There's certain things. I found that dairy is a big form.
Living on the altar.
Yeah. I found that dairy was a big thing, so I switched to almond milk. Just little things in my life that I slowly began to incorporate. I began to fast, things like that. I really cried out to God. And what a lot of people don't know too is PCOS is one of the leading causes of infertility as well. And so it affects every aspect of your life. I always laugh because the biggest lie that I ever heard was, when you become an adult, you won't get acne anymore. I'm like, what a lie that is. And so
I never got it until I was 30. So
yeah, I was like, that's such a lie. And so I still seek the Lord. I changed the way I ate. A year later, I went back. I had to retest all my hormones. They were like, it looks perfect. You're fine. There's nothing.
You beat this.
My doctor said, I told him what I did, and he said, I so rarely have women who actually come in and change the way that they do lifestyle. And he says this is why we have to hand out medication like candy. It's because they won't take responsibility of their bodies and actually start implementing change in their bodies and things like that. And he said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think you beat this.